We were like a flock of snowing geese, completely in sync, working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team!
Time's up! Contestants, please take...
Rather good.
Wonderfully soft. Sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make gâteau de bois.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10. Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different.
Huh? Really?
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting! I think maybe.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place.
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the gâteau has won. What remains is to turn the plate over and reveal the chef's name underneath.
What? It's Savannah?
No, that's
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And it was Van Gem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start? Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's lost her edge?
You take that, bitch!
Judges, we demand That's enough! As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. Whatever went wrong, and Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it.
Scarfier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. Test is over. I owe you.
You fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing.
Alright, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier?
The Codex de Boer! Finally.
Escoffier?
How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is...
It's alright. It was just a bake-off. Not the end of the world. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking contest? It's such a waste of time and energy.
No. No!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets. No nothing? I don't believe it. This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress and...
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things. Oh, she'll hide herself.
Our best guess?
And even so...
Yeah, and it...
Huh, about that.
Leone and...
Well, how is it?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure the taste tested before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor.
I'm sorry. I was it was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. Whatever's going...
Food safety. Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident? So you procured the contaminated ingredient?
I think... But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake!
I know, it's I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? Firstly, so you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened. Oh, well, you should tell Vanish. Good. Now, back to Savannah.
What happened to me? I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the flavor seems subtly different from how it used to be. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and troops.
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so hung up. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Thinking back on it,
She wants to prove, but after count, and at some point...
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details from her recipes, also she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine. The only one privy to all this...
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably...
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe alone, she might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a...
New head chef, you say? What's an...
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without a...
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen. Hey, did you hear me? Once...
all this time.
I sincerely... Let's give her the...
In that case, I'll go and update.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or...
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year they migrate long distances in search of it. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore, but what those poets don't know, when's the lead goose? So the truth is that leadership, with all, I guess cooking is a science, not magic. Of course, some people have a more, I'd have no reason to and come to...
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with Vanny, check on her? Oh no, Escoffier!
I'm fine. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? All right. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here, or we could just grab a cup of coffee from cafe.
Coffee.
Hello, what can I get for you? Sure thing, we're here to go. Huh?
coffee. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it. But make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get the chance. Wait.
I'll save it for whenever and...
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were only to find I left Alphonse, and if she's not here...
Boss,
Alphonse? You're supposed to...
we were, but
Oh.
Of course! From the... Yeah, but...
The Codex...
Seriously?
Ugh, it's...
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. You let the Lumali... It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident?
Retrieve the codex by any means. So the cooking contest and the cheating. Someone else was behind her pulling the string? Ugh, this is... First, we thought that Savannah...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put 2 and 2 together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan. What?
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her. And inside the line!
Settle down.
Whoa, this place looks like an underwater...
I think
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here? Aw, they ran off!
that could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when...
There's no time for that.
Wait. or not?
Trust me, they'll...
Oh, good question.
Yes, we can...
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The trap's turned back again. Oh, so annoying. A little administrative. Hey, it's open!
Here.
I said,
Sure.
all those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Today, it's finally paying. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my... Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to lay the explosive. Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning,
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you've always been jealous of Escoffier. That's why you lapped up everything I told. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her reputation hung over you. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain, that she deliberately hid her secret recipes from you just to hold you back. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my aunt. He offered Modestus friendship only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. You have no idea the countless hours I spent piecing it all together. So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness.
Ooh, feisty. But you should watch your tone. Talking to me like that could get you in big trouble.
I somehow doubt that. Since I poisoned both our water bottles.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You. Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse myself. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's
no.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? Never amounted to anything.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You gotta go. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But...
Stop right there!
Let her go, Mom!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like...
You can't!
Stay back if you want her. Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this?
A recipe. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. The je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg.
Are you serious? You're here because of a Gâteau de Bourg obsession?
He and Savelli we're talking about a powerful That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to the
Will you listen to yourself? You're
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands...
Wait, what's this?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's
Uh-oh. Savannah's gone too?
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward.
That's true.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route.
A little elusive!
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Science Book 101. Time for some rough chopping. Off to the freezer! Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right? It seems to really like the texture of raw maritime flowers. Off to the freezer! I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about? Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They had ventured together, but maybe, you're...
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her...
No kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but I thought that was just me.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've left. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, the treasure of Remoria, our limited stock of the sub. He was praised as a genius. Modeste tried his best. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career. I told myself that, or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing, unfortunately, that...
So it was Savannah?
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place...
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this, even though everyone swore they couldn't tell. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, locked himself away in the kitchen, and worked day and night, vowing to find out where he had gone. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the original taste. It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience. But in the long term, it dulls. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from the constraints of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him, to offer some words of comfort. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of drug.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gâteau de Bourg, proving that I had been right all along. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from what would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison. I cannot let. I will do what I must. It may lead his. I would rather the world, but the final loose end is the evidence here. At the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What?
So we thought...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found... Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. Some fragments of his diary escaped your clutches. And... but now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! It's...
Monica? Oh, we were second...
Escoffier?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never harm anyone again. So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening.